Okay, let's head back. Whoa. Kind of walked out of it right at the end there. He was doing pretty good, and then right at the end he kind of walked out of it, so that's why I backed him up a little bit more just there. Kind of picked up and I just let his face go. He kept his feet together pretty good right up until the end, and then he kind of walked out of it. And that's what they'll do when you first start turning that face loose. He's got to learn to hold that, basically hold that stop on a loose rein by himself. Oh. A little better there. He picked up that that left leg right at the end, but his right foot stayed in the ground. That's what I'm talking about. Overall, that was better. Good boy. When you feel some good improvement, try to rest here a little bit longer. You know what I mean? Let them kind of take that bait that there's a reward there at the end of that stop, which is air and more rest. That's going to really make a big difference for those lazy ones. Horses that are more athletic, you know, rest is not that big a reward for them. Horses that dream about sleeping like Titan and Diaz, rest is a huge reward for them. So even though I'm wanting to go down there and stop again, if I find that he's not running correctly, he's either running off, which is typically something he wouldn't do. When I say run off, build speed too quick, or try to stop too much, I'm going to have to take him all the way to the fence. Whoa. It's all right. Good boy. Not too bad there. I picked up on two hands just to secure him a little bit, and I could have a little bit better feel two hands. Like he's just now starting to step up there to that next level of speed. Typically when you get him good at a level of speed, like say 7, I'm going to say 7 miles an hour, let's just say it's 7's the number, and you get him confident at 7. Then when you step up to 8, they'll stop a little worse for a few days until they get the hang of that next level of speed. And then you get them solid at 8 and get that good for a while, then you step them up to 9. When you step up to 9, they usually, you know, digress just a little bit, get them confident. And that's typically, you never build to the next level of speed and they stop as good as they did at the previous speed. So that's where you've got to go through a little bit of that. And he's kind of going through that right now. I'm stepping up there to that next level of speed. And he's just a little bit unsure about that, but that's just training horses. Big loose rein, just let him think about that. So I have no problem going back to two hands and helping him where he needs help. Whoa. Boy. Not too bad. Overall, he just feels a little better on the left lead. You really want to try to end your horse in a stopping session on something good, you know, so when you end it when he stops well or puts in a lot of effort and you jump off immediately, loosen up the girth, rub him on the neck, tell him he did good, you know, it's kind of like if you really try hard and stop, I'm going to get off you. The ultimate release of pressure, remember horses don't learn from pressure, they learn from the release of it. The ultimate release of pressure is you what? Getting off the horse, putting him away. That's the ultimate reward. So if you can tie that to a great stop, it'll encourage him to do another good stop next time. So when the ground gets a little bit dug up, I might have to move over a few feet to find some fresher ground. Oh. Good boy. That was good there. He dove off to the left just a little bit, but not too bad. If he would have let left anymore at the end of that stop, I would have turned him around the opposite way, like spun him around to the right and then backed him up. Sometimes I'll slide off. If they stop but they slide off to one side, just do 2 or 3 spins the opposite way that they go at the end of the stop. Don't really do it aggressively, just spin them around and just rebalance that. So he kept his feet together pretty good then, the whole way down. What I'd like to do now is try to finish on one good stop on that right lead. Okay, the left is better than the right, so I don't have a lot more air in him yet, so if I can get one good stop on the right lead or better stop, I'd like to quit on that lead that he's not as good at and build his confidence by having a good stop. Stopped. So he really kind of set up that time, didn't he? Okay, what do I mean by set up? Really, we had to stop on the brain too much. So I'm going to keep his feet moving now. Now let him rest. What do I mean by keeping his feet moving? I just, when they try to stop too much like that, I just get those feet moving, get them trotting, get them kind of wound up a little bit. And then we'll go back. There again, I made a little bit of a correction because I could feel him lean to the left as he came down the arena. So I steered him a little bit to the right, took him all the way to the fence. So because he was leaning in the rundown, I couldn't stop him because the stop wouldn't have been very good. So again, the rundown always takes precedent over the stop. And it's not bad that he's thinking too much. Again, it's what he's bred to do is stop. You just got to balance it out. Oh. Right there, his feet kind of got a little bit too far apart right then. He couldn't quite hold that ground right at the end. So what I'm going to do now is back the speed off just a little bit to see if I can get a little better stop and finish on a note that he's confident on. So if I feel like backing the speed off will help him build his confidence, there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, good boy. We'll quit on that. Good boy. Excellent. So, good little stopping session for him today. Made a few mistakes. We corrected those mistakes, did some good things, okay? I'm probably going to work on stops the next day, tomorrow for sure, and then I might have to go back to working on the rundowns again. You know, so for the last 2 or 3 days, I've been working on running him more, and that's why he was thinking a little bit long when I first started stopping him. Now, I've got stop on his brain, so I'm going to try to stop him again tomorrow. But again, if he's stopping too short, meaning he's not running enough, I'll go back and work on the rundowns, okay? So it's like that seesaw in the breeze. It's always going to tip left and right just a little bit, depending on, you know, what he's doing and how he's feeling. Good boy. If possible, when they stop really good for you at the end of a session, in a perfect world, get off right there at the end of that stop and loosen up that girth. And that's a complete release of pressure. All that pressure's off his belly. You know, jump off him, love on him a little bit, and completely release that pressure is a great way to reward them for stopping harder next time. Getting better, aren't you? See you next time, mate.